Proverbs 23 verses 6 and 7 says, Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. We can't read minds. We don't know the hearts of men. So what are we supposed to do? Well, how are we supposed to avoid the bread of those with an evil eye if we can't read their minds? We don't know their hearts. It basically comes from reasonable, sensible judgment. When you see how a person acts, especially when you're able to see over a period of time and in a variety of situations, you can tell a lot about what's going on the inside. Jesus counseled us to pay attention to what we see in John 7:24 when he said, Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. In other words, a person can dress right and even put on an outward appearance of acting right, but what are the fruits of his actions? False teachers can sound slick and sincere, but we have to go beyond their suit and tie, beyond their slick words. And Jesus said in Matthew 7:20, Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. So when a TV preacher says, For a seed gift of $1,000, I'll send you a napkin with my sweat on it. And you can have perfect health and prosperity just like me. If you have any sense at all, you'll see that his materialistic fleshly lifestyle is a clue that he is a man of the flesh and not of the spirit. But it takes discernment. And when a man or woman is not spirit-filled, in the true biblical sense, by the way, and they're not filled with the knowledge of God's word, they're going to lack discernment. Hebrews 5:14 tells us, But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. The devils know when you are not in the Word, when you're not praying, you're not thinking on the things of God, you're not thinking biblically. They see you coming. And those are the type who fall for the bread and dainties of evil people. Evil people feed on other evil people. Dog eat dog. It's rare that Satan and his crew can fool the Bible-believing Christian. They're always looking for that Christian who isn't serious, isn't consistent, the one lacking spiritual growth. So there you have an evil abuser taking advantage of someone given over to their own sinful, evil, unbiblical, foolish thoughts. It's an amazing and sad thing to witness. And then most of those who fall prey to the evil abusers end up backsliding and getting mad at God. They make God the scapegoat for their own foolishness. These people make bad choice after bad choice due to a bad heart, and then they dishonestly blame God. And then they too, many times, become evil abusers, just like the ones that hurt them and turned them bitter in their backslidden condition. But it all begins in the heart. For the evil abuser or the evil undiscerning victim, it's a heart problem. Again, Jesus said this in Matthew 15:19, For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. Fill your heart with God's word and think God's thoughts after him. Then you'll have better discernment dealing with these evil abusers, people with an evil eye. And you'll be less likely to fall into the trap of bitterness and wrath that many backsliders now live in. It's summed up in the wisdom of Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Then your heart will be right, and you'll do right.